There is a cycle that ruins everyone's life and keeps you stuck where you are. Social anxiety, agoraphobia, panic disorder, all triggered by one simple mechanism. Today, we'll examine the anatomy of your behavior and break that mechanism. Let's go on with the example that you have social anxiety and are avoiding social interactions. Our behavior is avoiding people, social interactions. We have antecedents and consequences around that behavior. A, B, C. In the previous video, we focused on the immediate consequences of avoiding social interactions. It removes the stress, discomfort, and let's say stomach pain and sweaty hands for you, a package of anxiety. These variables depend on the person. That removal is negative reinforcement. If you don't know what it means, go ahead and watch the previous video. The function of this behavior is to protect you from stress, discomfort, stomach pain, and sweaty hands. Now, what do you think it will cause in the long term? First, you will miss the opportunity to learn that it's actually not dangerous, so it remains dangerous. Even worse, it will become reinforced as a source of threat, which will lead you to the same path of avoidance, a little quicker, stronger, more automatic, and associated with more anxiety every time. Second, you will not develop your social skills. Third, maybe you will have very few or no friends. Fourth, maybe you will have low self-esteem because you have very few or no friends, or because you haven't overcome your fears. Let's switch our focus to antecedents of the behavior. What sets the scene for avoidance? You're outside and you see all the new students on the campus meeting each other. You feel stress and discomfort. You feel your stomach twisting and your hands are getting sweaty. You have a history of people misunderstanding you or getting angry at you because you have said things that disturb people. You may have poor social skills. You expect people to get angry with you, reject you, or dislike you. Maybe you hold on to a core belief, I am unlikable, and you have low self-esteem. There. You have a beautiful vicious cycle. Let's categorize the antecedents further. Personal learning history sounds self-explanatory. Discriminative stimuli, environmental cues and triggers, environmental circumstances in which a behavior typically occurs, motivating operations, temporary variables that will affect the value of reinforcing and punishing consequences. There are two kinds of motivating operations: establishing operations versus abolishing operations. An establishing operation is a type of antecedent that increases the effectiveness or value of a reinforcer. Say you haven't drunk anything in 5 hours and you are thirsty. It will increase the value of drinking water for you. A glass of water will hold a stronger reinforcing value in this case. On the contrary, if you have just drunk 2 liters of water, then a glass of water might look rather repulsive to you. Similarly, the more stress you experience in a situation, the more relief avoidance constitutes for you. Therefore, the more reinforcing the avoidance behavior is. There is also something called delta S, a situation where you don't typically perform the behavior. Exceptions. Let's say talking to your 10-year-old friend. What strikes you when you look at the immediate and long-term consequences? In the short run, behavior functions amazingly. Serves a very good function, but in the long run, it's literally everything and feeds the cycle. It becomes unsustainable, damaging, and dysfunctional. That's why we call them dysfunctional behaviors. Now, there are 2 important key points. First, even if we are Homo sapiens, pretty smart animals, we still act on immediate consequences as default. It's easier for your system to learn from immediate results. Try giving your dog treats 2 months after he gave you his paw. When you say paw, your dog's not gonna associate it with the good boy behavior he made 2 months ago. Neither will you. You will have to ponder, analyze all the consequences, make a pro and con list, and decide whether to change the behavior or not. Devise new strategies, learn new skills, develop new coping mechanisms. A lot of executive functioning stuff. Our second key point is reassessing the level of threats. Anxiety, fear, anger, disgust, they are all necessary survival strategies. If you're in Serengeti and just spotted a lion, your heart rate will increase, your pupils will dilate, you will breathe faster, stop digesting, and stop everything that's not a priority. And your priority is to survive. Your body will step on the gas pedal to flood more blood and send more oxygen to your muscles so that you can run like never before or fight. These are the fear symptoms. Your nervous system switched from rest and digest to fight or flight for a good reason. Freeze is an option too, but it has a very different picture. In either case, this stuff is 100% functional. If you're running away from a lion, you're not supposed to get comfortable being around lions. The question is it really necessary when a person is approaching you to talk? Like, what are the chances it will cause you serious damage? Give it a percentage. 5%? What we learn to do is pretty much stop acting based on our limbic system firing up by depending more on our human cortex, observing, raising awareness, analyzing, learning and understanding, asking ourselves, how dangerous is it really? Sometimes reminding ourselves that we are safe, finally deciding the best for ourselves, taking short-term and long-term consequences into account. Our nervous system is designed to keep us safe, but sometimes its alarm is faulty. Our job is to listen, but also to ask, is there really a lion? Or is it just another student like me? What we truly need is to shift from automatic avoidance to conscious choice. Have fun with it.